Bonjour, my little Skittles. No, sorry, that was terrible. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Guys, it is finally here. We have finished Croissant, our French-inspired island. Now, those that don't know, this actually started out as my hard mode island and kind of evolved into the beautifulness that you are going to witness. Those that have been on this journey with me have seen some very ups and downs. Very much ups and downs. Words are hard. We've come to that conclusion. But it has been a labor of love. It has been something that I have never done before, out of my comfort zone. And sometimes I think that's the greatest thing that you can do. Just doing things outside of what you normally do, just to push yourself creatively and just to kind of figure out sort of where you fit within the spectrum of what you're doing and to, the I don't know, to the joy of yourself, right? You can fully learn different things about yourself. So we're going to get started. I'm going to show you guys the map. The map. Look at the map. I think I did a fairly decent job with all of my terraforming and all of my placements. There is the DA. It will also be in the description of the video, and it will also be on the thumbnail because the map was made by the wonderful April Honey. I could not thank her enough for making Croissant a reality. So we're going to go down the list of our cast of characters as always that we do in every video. We've got Zell, Meringue, Cookie, Ava, Marshall, Maple, gotta have the bestie Pico, Molly. I did something different this time. I have the bestie's bestie, Ellie, and Fauna. We actually have Ellie and Pico living right next to each other. So that's kind of cool. So, from the airport, we are going to go to this. Now look at this. I could not have done this any better if I would have tried. I absolutely, and I've said it before, I will definitely say it multiple times. My relationship with pathing has finally reached a point where I have to do it all the time. And I have to do it everywhere. The beach, just something very simple, something still very, I think, cottagey and just very French about things everywhere. Now, when I say French inspired, definitely inspired because I all I know of France is the time that I spent there when I was doing my fellowship in the UK. We actually spent a week in France, so I got to know some of the architecture and some of the things that I really happen to enjoy. Look at KK, he's over here just chilling, having a good time. So what I did with resident services is I wanted to make it a focal point. So I did kind of these cathedral inspired little builds just to kind of add some architecture and some intrigue and just some all around fun, and I think it's beautiful to look at. And as you go through the island, you will see that it kind of adds to what we're doing. And we have a little stop here with Rover as you get off of the plane. This will lead to the tourist attraction where you can take a picture with the Eiffel Tower, which this code was made by the wonderful Kara. I love this perspective. It doesn't matter like how far up you get or how far away you get. I still like the overall concept of it. And I thought, what better place than to have like a little tourist attraction where you can do all the pictures and all the fun things. Even when you come to the island, you can definitely take your own pictures, which is totally fine. And then we have a little souvenir thing over here with something to drink, a little scrapbook, and some t-shirts. that say I took a picture with the Eiffel Tower and all I got was this t-shirt. All right, and as we make our way down here, we come across the aquarium, which all of you guys really seem to enjoy. It is very basic, but I think at the same time, it is incredibly effective. And I think it's just a cool little thing to add to the town and to the build. And we have our tickets here. And again, we have some fun spots here on the beach. Now, you know me, I'm not a huge beach decorator. So that is pretty much the extent of what I do. So as we go up, we have another little cute little spot over here. I definitely think that in the fall, with the mushrooms and just everything being the way that it is, it totally brings out that very French romantic fall vibe, which I love. And then we make our way up here to the vineyard. This was such a fun build. I did this build on stream, and it was such a great experience. I loved doing it. When I immediately thought of anything French, I immediately thought of a vineyard. And what I thought was kind of cool was having an orchard next to the vineyard, just because it can be a whole thing, like all on its own. You can pick, you can make different kinds of wine. You can make peach wine, apple wine, orange wine, and then you can make regular wine from grapes. I was actually inspired by Just Jelly. She did a Duck Island, and it kind of goes with the duck song. You got any grapes? And then we make our way over here to the post office, which I think is such a cute little reservoir in this town. It's open, everybody can go in, everybody knows everybody. It's just one of those quaint little country cottage towns in the south of France somewhere. And then we go over here to our neighborhood. Now, I had a great time making the neighborhood, except when it came to this area right here. It does look like a giant arrow. However, it looks better than what it looked like before. If you know, you know. So we brought back kind of the fake buildings just to kind of add a little bit of texture and just a little bit of filling it out so that I didn't have to have every villager house here. So over here we have got the shoe repair shop, which is run by Molly and Fauna. And we've got the shoes. And we got the work table. I think that is super sweet, super cool. And Marshall's over here by his lonesome. And that's okay because he's a very secluded person. We actually did this build for Pride Month. So instead of keeping the gazebo that I had there, I went ahead and replaced it with Marshall's house. Marshall is full of pride. He's so happy. He's a cheeky little dude. And he hasn't complained. So there's that. All right. So I love this standee that's right below this fountain right here. That is just so cute. I love the way that turned out. It turned out just the way that I wanted it to. And Cookie's house is right here. And then as we go up into the neighborhood, hi Ellie, what are you doing? We have another little kind of fake building here on our way to Ava's house. Now Ava has a little farm going on. She's got a really cute backyard. And then we come up to the besties' houses. So Ellie's house is here, obviously, and Pico's house is here, which goes into the estate house, which I think turned out really, really cute. These, the flower fences were also done by Cara. The path, of course, was done by the wonderful April Honey, both of them. The dirt path and this stone path were both done by April. And as we come over here is Maple's house. And then we've got kind of a cute little backdrop here. And then we have, that kind of goes into another little mini neighborhood over there. And this is where Zell's house is. Zell's kind of chilling by the waterfall. He absolutely loves the water. And then as we make our way over this cute little land bridge here, we come to our marketplace stalls and kind of our, not really a city center, but like this is where the hub of most of the activity occurs. So we've got a cute little sitting area over here with the telephone booth. And then we make our way into the actual farmer's marketplace. I had a lot of fun doing this. It took a lot of trial and error to kind of figure out the placement of everything and how I wanted everything to look and how I wanted it to feel. But we've got a nice little jam stall, a little picnic area back there. And you can definitely buy your baguettes or your croissants and your tea or your coffee right there as you walk in. And then we have Nooks over here, which is our little convenience store where you can kind of get other odds and ends. And then we're making our way over here to the bakery. We did this on stream as well. I love the way Meringue's bakery turned out. She's an entrepreneur. She is a businesswoman. She is just so much fun. And we have another stall here, making our way to the back where our Able Sisters is at. So this is where you can get all of your clothes. If you're into planting and gardening, there's a cute little thing right there. And my favorite spot actually is this mini neighborhood perspective back here. I think that turned out so cute. And it just adds just another kind of, it just adds more fun to this part of the island. All right, now we are going to make our way up or back. We'll go down and around. So we have another little land bridge over here, which connects resident services and my part of the island where my house is and where the farm is. So here is just some nature. We're going to call it nature because that's, I think, what it mostly is. We got a little wheat field over there, naturally. I left my house kind of basic. I didn't decorate any of the interiors because honestly, I wanted to try something a little more, like I said, outside of my comfort zone. And my comfort zone is very much interiors. So I wanted to work on my exterior game as much as I could because, as you know, the bestie is the queen of exteriors. So I had to try my hand at that. So here's my little farm area of my own with my cow stables in the back and my horse stables over here next to the wheat field. Because I think it's easier, you know, you bill the wheat and you give it to them to eat, right? There's a wheat field right there for them to nosh on. And then as you kind of make your way back here, there's the apiary over here, which we did. And there is the campsite up here, which is so cool. I love the way the campsite turned out. Now, in the dream address, there is actually a tent here. So that'll help. And you know, I loved this idea. I actually did a cliff tree, and if you remember that video, I struggled so much. Like I was getting prompts the whole time I was doing it, and I'm like, I'm still not getting it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But we got it in the end, nonetheless. I think this island turned out so beautiful. Like, I am so proud of the progress that I've made in terms of pathing and in terms of where my own kind of decorating style is going. So as we come down here, the final part, this is kind of the art in the park kind of area down here. So we come down. Hi, Cookie. What are you doing? You gonna come paint with us today? I think you should. So we have our easels set up with our paints, and we have our objects for you to paint. You can do still life, you can do shrubbery, you can do sculpture, you can do pretty much anything your heart desires. And then we make our way down here on the beach, and this is where our little fishing station is. So you can come here, buy the catch of the day, you can catch whatever you want. You can sell whatever you want to Cap'n, because Cap'n is an entrepreneur. He is. And then we have the boardwalk here, which I think, I like the way it turned out. I like kind of the missing places here, just because it just adds to that kind of old and weathered look, like it's been there for a while. And then that makes our way back here to this cute little spot right here. Another picture area, or, you know, an area to just come, sit, relax, enjoy, come to the lighthouse. And I did my beaches very minimally, just because that's not my main focus. My main focus is, of course, always the main island, but a lot of times the beaches do get neglected, so I wanted to do a little something something for the beach. And now as we make our way back up, we're going to go over here to our country church, which I think turned out phenomenal. We got a little music area over here. We've got the actual church itself. And my cute little addition, I made a wedding area over here. So now we can officially have our, we gotta have our gay weddings, right? We gotta have our two grooms over here ready to say I do in one of the most beautiful countries, I think, in the world. And you know, I said this on stream too, but this is the one place where I think the Bunny Day tree doesn't actually clash. There are other places where it does, but this is not one of them. All right, now as we make our way back to the other part of the island, we are just going to double check and make sure that we hit all of the attractions. I absolutely love the way, like, even this open space doesn't even seem to bother me. Like, it's just, I think it was a well thought out island, if I do say so myself. All right, we're gonna end right here. Thank you guys so much for all of the love and support during the making of this island, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. If you come to visit, let me know what you think, and as always, I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.